We are at the Jacksonville Zoo and Gardens. Having a homeschool lifestyle, it is important to establish regular routines. Our routines include weekly trips to places like the zoo because I use the real world as the Cohen kids' primary curriculum. We especially like the zoo because of its outdoor facilities, fresh air, sunshine, and all of the sweet treats. We love to read about the facts and habitats of the animals and what they eat. We observe their behavior and discuss what we believe they are feeling emotionally. Today, our visit will focus on our animal friends in the African exhibits.
Grumpy.
Are we going to the apes now since that's on topic? You want to kind of watch? All right.
I've seen the apes turning around
away
from us
Yeah.
because they see, like,
Mommy,
why do we bother?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you take us out of our habitat and we have to stay in this jail?
That we call exhibits, you know. You're right. It is truly
A jail, but they don't look happy.
prisoners, and
And it's so tiny. It's not like a real forest.
Yeah.
See, they're hiding. Yeah. They don't always want to come out because they don't like it.
even they gave them toys.
But they don't want it.
Yeah, they're going. I'm not like a human. I'm not your little baby in a playpen. Come on, let's go find them so we can look at their behaviors.
They're not even playing.
There's someone up there. There's an ape up there.
Mommy.
They just sitting.
Yeah.
That's all they can really do.
I seen it
Mhm.
go back to the place.
Mhm.
They just doing too much. They don't want all of this.
Mhm.
They don't care. They just want
Cause in the jungle, it's way more.
space.
Yeah, and the trees. You saw how on Planet of the Apes, how they were able to just run wild and climb up the trees and jump from one tree and swing to another one. And see, that is what all of this, these fancy ropes. We don't see them. They're not out. Let's keep walking and see if we can find out where they're hiding. Mhm.
I don't understand. I wouldn't want to show my face if they lock us up.
I understand too. It's like it's exactly what you're saying. They are intelligent enough to know that they deserve better than this small
Like those
confinement.
ropes are not like the trees and branches. So they're like, I don't want that.
See, look at this fact here. It says, did you know Laurel the bonobo was born on April 17th, 1969. It's older than me. She is the second oldest bonobo in the species survival plan. So, as I was mentioning before, that some would argue that these animals are better off because they have a longer life expectancy. But we are not agreeing to that fact. We believe that an animal deserves its natural habitat. So what if it's 10 years shorter? It's still a happy creature when it's in its God-given habitat.
See, oh, poor thing. It's like, might as well just dip my toes in the hair because it's hot. Nothing else to do but stay in this cage.
Every single day is nothing. It's like staying in one place every day is not a new day. Just wake up to go and to go and run free at their place. They say, how much more days is it? Because they're just animals. They won't say, well, it's this much days before it is time to go somewhere to some new home.
Why is it doing that? Why did it do that to us? We're not like them.
What it has done is saying y'all got it right. Keep on talking. That was like a high five. Like, yeah.
I thought it was not.
No.
Same.
Now we will observe and discuss the elephant named Ellie. It's like it's pacing. That's what a pace is, in a small little circle. Back and forth, back and forth. Let's watch.
Why are you doing that?
Let's think about, why do you think it's pacing right in front of that gate?
It's alone.
It's alone.
It's probably an elephant over there. A girl.
It could be a mate, a companion. You see how it's pacing?
I bet because they want to get out.
Right. I'm thinking that because it's so late in the day, that perhaps the animals know this is my time to go inside. And also, guys, remember, we just moved the time back. The time just went back.
Look, it is another
It fell
elephant.
back Saturday. And so these animals don't yet know that the time is 1 hour behind. So if it's now going on 4, they feel like it's going on 5. And so that's why they're all like going close to their gates to go inside, because they really think that it's time to go in. You see how animals are smart? They know it's time to go in. What they don't know is that we in the United States have just moved our time back 1 hour. They haven't adapted yet to that extra hour. This is interesting. Oh my God, look at them. It's just like, okay, it's almost time. It's almost 5 o'clock. But oops, sorry, Ellie. It's only almost 4 o'clock. We humans over here had to move our clocks back. Yeah. Just a few days ago. So you got to get used to it.
Ellie is not a boy name.
Well, that's what she called him. That's what the zookeeper or
That's
zoo
a boy or a
staff,
girl?
I don't know. She said he, and she also said Ellie. So I'm assuming that Ellie is a boy, even though that sounds like maybe Ellie for elephant. Interesting. All right, let's leave Ellie. He's just gonna go in circles until it's 5 o'clock, which is another hour. Sorry, Ellie. We had to move our time back.
Mama, I bet those birds are shivering because it's...
You bet the what?
I bet the birds are shivering.
Oh.
Hey, Rhino. Mom, just heard rhinos. Rhinos stink like that their skin. Why? You slap their skin. They stink. That's why they stink.
You think the rhinos stink?
Yeah, because they slap their skin.
All of their nests.
They flew south. They probably did.
Now we are going to observe and discuss the rhinoceros. The rhino is going in the water. I think he's trying to cool down.
Is he hot? It's cold.
They're in near the sun. I thought it was other.
What is he doing? Oh.
Ew. That's disgusting. He holds his butt tail up so it don't get wet.
That's what we're observing.
That's disgusting. Ew. See, they don't even got no privacy. That's so nasty.
And the other rhino.
Ew, I don't want to watch that, Mommy.
So that must be their bathroom.
We got a little bit of space, but all this space is back. No, and other rhinoceros is just going in it, cooling, sitting down and peeing. At least pulling, peeing out. Everything. But the way he holds his tail when he moves, it looks like he was trying to put it in his tail. That's what every animal try to do. They hold up their tail so they don't, or they'll sit down. That's how dogs. Do they do that in real, like in the wild? Like, Mama,
yeah, because they don't learn how to. Well, I'm in the zoo, so I got to learn a new way to use the bathroom to relieve myself. No, they still do it the way they are created. It's just the environment is not their natural habitat. That's all. And their food is not their natural food. Oftentimes, zoos feed them foods that are really, really good nutrition-wise, but you don't see much fat on it, do you? Do you see a lot of fat on that rhino? You see more muscle and the skeletal, right? So that's evidence that they don't have all of the fatty foods that they probably would have, or the foods that'll pack on all of the thick skin that would naturally be on their bodies in the wild. These are pretty lean rhinos, as evidenced by the rib cage being seen. And they're just grazing. As you see, they're grazing the different, I don't know, maybe it's vegetation. Let's read what they are. What's their diet?
Mommy.
What continent do the rhinos come from? The continent of what? Does anyone know? What do you think rhinos naturally habitat at? Take a guess.
Alabama. Mama Ghana?
Well, Africa.
Alabama?
The sub-Saharan area?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to look it up when we get home, okay? So, are we going to come across the rhinos information? Yes, southern white rhino. The diet is grasses and herbs. Savannas. Good job, girl.
I knew it.
Eastern and southern Africa, from Kenya and to South Africa.
You was right, Mama, too.
Yeah. Awesome.
So they live in Savannah. This does not look like Savannah, though.
The habitat is called savannas. Good job.
Mommy. I knew it.
Homeschool is a really natural learning environment. Let's see.
Is rhinos.
And we call it different species of the rhino. So you have the Javan rhino, maybe
Zoo.
Right? That's 46. The black rhino is 3,725 left. And this is the Sumatran rhino, 275.
Oh, that's not a lot.
Yeah.
They go extinct or
White rhino, 14,500. And then the Indian rhino, 2,600. 119.
The white rhino
Now, the first,
is the
the
biggest.
Japan rhino, 40 to 60 in 2 locations. So if that is true, then yes, they are probably on somebody's protection. You know, when they protect the animals, what do they call it? When it's endangered species list. But I'm not sure. We'd have to do some research to find out what this exactly is about. Okay? Okay, donate to save rhinos. Rhino horns are made of keratin, which is like human hair and fingernails. So I wonder what they
Their tail's so.
I wonder
It's
what,
like worms.
I wonder what people, when they hunt them, I wonder what they want and what they use the rhino
legs are
horn
hurting.
for. And they said the horn is like our nails, so I guess that helps them protect themselves against predators. You know, the way nails would protect you from a predator, should you have to protect yourself from a predator. So that horn could cut and pierce, right? Interesting. This was a really good day today. We had some great discussions, guys.
And the monkey gave us a high five. That was a blessing.
Yeah, it was. We are going to visit the lions now, so the Cohen kids can make connections between wild and domestic animals.
Hey, lion! Look at me! Come right here now. See? It does not swim. That's not a swim. Bubble. Huh? What is that on you? It's definitely a bird. It's a maggot.
It's a female and a male lion.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the other
The
lion?
female is there. She's facing away.
Look at a squirrel. Them are definitely seafood.
They're the feline. They are family.
That's,
But
that's
this is
Cece's daughter.
considered the
That's Cece.
highest of the
That's
food
Cece,
chain in the wild. And Cece would be considered
the lowest.
not really the lowest, but she's definitely domestic.
Bamboo. Bamboo.
He's definitely
Can I touch the bamboo?
domestic. Yes.
Ooh,
But don't pull it. You can touch it. What does it feel like?
feels like a banana.
Is it smooth?
Yes,
Ah. Can you squeeze it? Or is it firm?
No.
Oh, okay. So that looks like is it the stem? Is it a stem
Yeah.
or a branch?
Why is
We'd have to look that up.
You can make sticks out of bamboo. I don't think they eat that.
Pretty sure you can.
You can, because I seen it online.
All right, shall we? All right, where are we going next?
To the ice cream place.
All right.
Where no food until they get their pet
Now-
by humans.
One advantage of having a place like this is that look how parents can come and bring our children. It's not in there. We can bring our children to come learn about the animals in the wild that you would not otherwise have the opportunity to see up close, you know. So in that regard, that is an advantage of it from our standpoint, but we are not actually people who are selfish like that. We are thinking about how the animal is feeling. And that's what makes us kind of go, wait a minute, I don't know if I really like this place. You're questioning the world in which we live. I'm so happy to have this discussion with you today, Manzel. Seriously, you are for sure growing up.
They're not in there.
Okay, I see something. Yeah. What animal is this? The mongoose lemur? Oh, here's one coming.
That's what a Madagascar the thing is. Yeah, I'm that kind of thing.
The ring-tailed lemur.
See, this is not even big enough for them.
None of it is. It's you know.
It looks like a lot. It's not.
It really
It's
isn't.
called the ring-tailed
It looks
lemur.
big to
Lemur.
It looks big to humans and not.
I think they should just shut this down. Because none of them want to be looked at like that. But it has their privacy out.
Let's go get those icy, shall we?
They haven't got no privacy at all. Like, what if they would have used the restroom?
They just go.
And then the humans are just looking at them like, let's go in the back. Let's go in the back and use it.
Oh,
Like,
goodness.
What if we was in that position?
Oh, as many people are. You have people who you have those innocent men and women in jail that are falsely imprisoned, you know, and they are subject to such treatment as confinement in that particular prison compound. So, yeah, you have humans that are like that. So it's real. It's just that our society has been conditioned and brainwashed to think that everyone there is a bad person, when in fact we are now beginning to honestly address the fact that systemic racism exists and that many are and have been violated and had their constitutional rights, human rights overlooked, and we need to assert our authority as, you know, having power as people to elect officials into offices that will do something to not treat innocent people as if they're animals. Now, bad guys, they need to be just where they at, in prison. We discussed the advantages and disadvantages of having zoos. The emotions of the animals' behaviors gave us a high-quality discussion on confinement, life expectancy, loneliness, and human beings' impact on other animals' behavior. These are topics that learners can reflect on for life. This was an age-appropriate way for the students to make connections to how humans feel in similar situations and environments. It is my hope that authentic learning opportunities like these continue to stimulate their minds and keep them engaged in the learning process and on a path toward becoming lifelong learners. A trip to the zoo is an interactive, interdisciplinary study. The children learned about the natural sciences, practiced their reading comprehension, had meaningful discussions, and will have writing prompts that allow them to make connections between the animals' behaviors and human behaviors.
Don't forget to subscribe.